Okay, so this was sent to me because everybody knows how much of a French toast, first of all, connoisseur I am. I can't taste this through the screen, but does not mean I'm not a French toast connoisseur. This is by Joshua Weissman, and I've seen a few of his videos pop up before, watching him kick up some hot culinary dishes. But today, I got sent this $1 giant French toast. So let's just watch, and like the video and leave a comment if you would like to see me replicate this. I'm actually gonna like the video before even watching it, and let me know if you want to see me try to replicate or make this, because I so would. Other than that, I love French toast, and I know this is definitely why I received this video. I absolutely adore French toast. Like, if there was an afterlife where I just ate French toast for the rest of my time as an energetic being, so be it. If I was condemned to a never-ending reality of eating French toast, sign me up. I'm also talking weird so I don't end up coughing, and drinking tea for that to help. So maybe the video will also cure my ailment. Nah, but all right. Let's hop in here. No more time wasted. Come on, Joshua, show me what you got. And always, guys, sending out a lot of love, ladies and gents. And subscribe if you want to be a founder. And shout out to Joshua if you want me to take down my video. I don't mind.
Oh, we're gonna go out with the homies, have a nice little brunch, order some French toast. Bam! How did this end up being $25? Oh, I got the mimosa, and the French toast was like 13, 14 bucks, when it should be this price right here. That's but cheaper.
Hang on. I've never went out somewhere and ordered French toast that was that much. It's actually fucking crazy. My grandma's Italian, right? I mean, if you couldn't tell, Italian and Native American. But my grandma had her own recipe, you know, with the whole vanilla and the... Oh, man, she made the best French toast, bro. But, man, I know how to make French toast, so I would never go out and really buy it anymore. But cheaper. Giant French toast. Oh, that shot right there. What? Oh, is that ice cream seeping off the... Y'all are wrong for that shot right there and the syrup dripping off. See, you know how it's crazy. Do you guys remember going to school and like, well, I remember we had a teacher that did this for us, but showed us how advertisements are basically lying about a bunch of the food they show to make it look more delicious than than it is, or using like tactics with shooting, and they would like, they used like red lipstick on tomatoes in like McDonald's commercials and stuff like that, or with cereal. It wasn't really like cereal going into milk, it was glue and stuff like that. Cool little tricks that were, I don't know, it actually does make the advertisement make me work. But look at how natural and just realistic this one looks. I would eat this if I seen this on an advertisement. Look at that. Natural pouring stuff.
Right, so like I said, French toast I think is commonly probably one of the most overpriced things on a brunch menu I can imagine. It is
Really?
literally leftover stale bread soaked in milk and eggs and put in a pan and...
Wait, what?
If you took leftover stale bread soaked in milk and eggs and put in a pan and... What if you took French...
Wait, it's leftover stale bread? What? We just used bread.
French toast and made it nice and thick, like 2 to 4 inches thick. And you could have it for this price right here. This is a breakfast or brunch eating experience regardless of the price. So let's make this, shall we?
Okay, it's giant French toast. Not as crazy as you think. By the way, look, I'm real sorry about my voice, okay? I was yelling a bunch at the burger event in LA, to which many of you came. So thank you for coming. It was so good to see all of you. And thank you for destroying my vocal cords. First off, you need 2 solid loaves of unsliced white bread. The cheaper the better, but usually bread is pretty cheap, so should be fine. As an alternative, you can use a modified version of my multi-purpose dough, which comes out to this price right here. Want to go that route? Cool. Combine 1 cup or 240 milliliters of water and 1 cup or 240 milliliters of whole milk. Heat to 95 Fahrenheit and add 1 tablespoon or 14 grams of instant yeast. Mix till dissolved, then add 2 egg yolks and 2 whole eggs. Whisk until homogeneous. Finally, whisk in 2 tablespoons or 26 grams of granulated sugar. Then get yourself a very large bowl and add 5 cups or 750 grams of bread flour.
You know, it's so weird. It's so weird to see him specifically, like, there's something so, okay. So I like, he's got to be specific and kind of on point with the prices and what he's using in the ingredients to literally show you like, hey, it's $1 giant French toast. But there's something special about this, and also something so special about the homemade style like my grandma did. And like, if any of you have a family member that had like the special way they whipped up French toast, which I feel like it's mostly, it stays and remains the same, but in a way, the toppings or things added after kind of switch it up or add like a nice little touch to a different person who made it. I remember just the fact that my aunt, when she made it, she cut it into triangles, and that was like a unique thing to me. And she also flattened it all the way down, which sometimes I didn't like, but it was still really good French toast. Some of them added cinnamon, things like that. But I love that there's such like a special thing to perfect measurements with this. Whereas my grandma on the other end of the spectrum, just whipping up Italian lady, just in the kitchen, if you got that picture in your mind, just whisking it up, throwing in the vanilla, the sugar. I don't know. That just made me think about
3
that.
teaspoons or 18 grams of fine sea salt with still combined. Now, if you're using a stand mixer, which is optional, add your liquid to the stand mixer bowl, put it on medium-low, and add your flour mix in a 1/4 cup increments till all of it's added, and just let it mix and knead for 2 to 3 minutes or till smooth. Then add 5 tablespoons or 70 grams of softened unsalted butter and mix for 3 to 5 minutes until you get a smooth, supple dough. If you're doing it by hand, replace the butter with vegetable oil and add that to the liquid mixture, and of course mix and knead by hand. Know that any elbow grease can't fix. Now, once you got a big boy dough, shape it into a ball and place it in a large grease bowl and cover with plastic wrap. No name on him today, very sorry. Now, once doubled and plump, about 1.5 hours, plop it out onto a floured work surface, divide into 2 even pieces, roll each piece into a rough rectangle, roll that rectangle starting from the long side to create a tube. Place your tube into a generously greased 1-pound loaf pan and repeat with the other half. Gently tent each of your thick tubes with greased plastic wrap, proof for 1 more hour or until it just slightly starts to peek above the line of your bread pan. Oh, so sweet, wow, look at him. Now brush with egg wash.
Boom, you got some nicely homemade bread.
1 egg yolk and a splash of water, then pop into an oven set to 350 Fahrenheit and bake for 35 to 40 minutes or until a rich golden brown beauty emerges. Now, optionally, you can brush it with a little bit of melted butter, which is a tiny amount of cost here, but if you're avoiding that, then don't do that. Pop those guys under their sides to cool completely. I know they look a little silly. Turn on.
They look silly, but they don't look silly to me. These look fine.
Their side, but it helps keep your tops nice and rounded. Okay, now we can talk massive, undeniably thick, moist French toast. Get your loaves of bread, cut off the end pieces, cut them into 3 to 4 inch thick segments, which will get you 3 to 4 pieces per loaf, but let's just say you get 6 total. Oh, Josh, only 6 servings? Listen, pal, if you can eat a whole one of these and still be okay afterwards, then please call a physician. One of these is at least 2 to 3.
That's gonna be me. That's going to be me. I ate so many freaking pieces of French toast. Like, I ate like 9 slices, 9 or 10, and somehow I did not develop diabetes, but we're all good in the hood over here, so it's okay.
3 servings, so split it and your body and wallet will thank you. For your custard soak, get a deep large bowl and add 3 whole eggs, 2 egg yolks, and to that you'll add a pinch of allspice, 1 teaspoon or 3 grams of ground cinnamon, and a pinch of nutmeg. Of course, fresh grated is lovely, but pre-ground is fine too. Whisk all that together till combined. Actually, pause. You know what I've noticed recently? People adding my ingredients out of order. I do many things for a reason. You have to mix your spices with your eggs first before adding anything else. Otherwise,
See, this would be my grandma. She's not exactly adding them out of order, but in random order every time. It's like, as long as it gets in there somehow, just the magic of imagination and knowing what you're doing and just knowing the correct amount, just off the cycle of doing it so many times, you just master it. Don't even need to question if you're a little bit over, a little bit under. It comes out perfect every time.
otherwise you'll just have spices floating on top of this and not thoroughly mixed in. Despicable, disgusting.
True, he's not wrong
unacceptable.
about that.
It's science, so don't try to be fancy and skip. Once combined, whisk in 2 tablespoons or 26 grams of granulated sugar, and then whisk in 1/2 cup or 120 milliliters of heavy whipping cream, 1.5 cups or 350
That was
milliliters
optional.
of whole milk. Whisk until you get a beautifully creamy and spiced custard. Technically not a custard, but I call it that because it's gonna get nice and moist on the inside. Okay. Okay, it's time to cook these. Preheat your oven to 375 Fahrenheit, then heat a 12-inch nonstick skillet over medium heat. Add just enough butter to coat the pan, about 2 to 3 teaspoons. Once melted and boobling, add your girthy bread to your custard.
I'm not gonna lie, this is getting a bit fancy, bro. Oh, for $1 French toast, bro. Preheating the oven and everything, 375. Whoa, we was just literally get the bread ready, stack up the pieces of bread next to the mix, whip up the mix, dip, throw that John on the frying pan.
Let it soak
I'm assuming what he's gonna do is fry them, then throw them in the oven.
about 10 seconds, gently flip it and soak for another 10 seconds. If the bread is still holding up quite well and it needs more liquid penetration, then repeat that process one more time, which you likely will need to. Then carefully transfer it to your pan and let that cook and toast for 2 to 3 minutes. Then flip to reveal what should be a beautifully toasted thick French toast side. Toast for another 1 to 2 minutes, then transfer to your preheated oven for 7 to 10 minutes or till lightly firmed up and cooked through. Allow to cool slightly, and guess what? You got the girthiest French toast in the Wild West. Or weird.
Oh, I'm assuming you have to throw it in the oven to cook the side, right? Because the axis. Well, no, because it would soak through the bread and none would get around the crust. But I mean, that nice brown golden crust. Well, I guess the oven would help it cook all the way through to right and keep it soft.
You live. Sure, we can go with a big pat of melty butter drenched in liquid golden syrup from the land of maple dreamscapes, which is great. Or we could go toasted marshmallow hot chocolate sauce.
See, that was that other dimension I was talking about, the liquid maple dreamscapes.
Maple dreamscapes, which is great. Or we could go toasted marshmallow hot chocolate sauce and ice cream. You tell me, pal. For the chocolate sauce, in a medium sauce pot, combine half a cup or 108 grams of white granulated sugar, a quarter cup or 42 grams of light brown sugar, a quarter teaspoon or 2 grams of fine sea salt, whisk that tokomine, and then whisk in half a cup or 46 grams of unsweetened cocoa powder, whisk that tokomine, a lot of whisking here, and finally, half a cup or 118 milliliters of cold water. Now, while frequently stirring or whisking, bring that to a boil over medium-high, then reduce the heat to low, and let it simmer, stirring often until thickened and glossy, about 3 minutes. Now, while that's going in, take 4 marshmallows, place them on a skewer or a fork or whatever you want to do.
Oh, this was the marshmallows in the beginning. Okay.
Brush them with a flame with either your stovetop or kitchen torch until charred all over. Don't skimp on this here. We need these dark. Even if you don't like them like that, trust me. Now, once those are beautifully charred, add that to your chocolate sauce, cut the heat, and whisk everything in until melted and combined. Last of all, whisk in 2 teaspoons or 9 grams of vanilla extract. And you have
the vanilla extract would have been going in the French toast mix for like my grandma's recipe.
Beautiful.
I paused it at 555. Cool. Yo, that is a
All right, my voice is a little too up today for that. The rest is straightforward. Girthy toast down. Drench in your lovely chocolate sauce to your heart's content, and please make sure that sauce is warm but not too hot. And optionally, but recommended, a fat scoop of vanilla ice cream. Keep it simple, okay? No need to go crazy with ice cream flavors, because what happens is you get this new creation. As the ice cream melts and combines with the chocolate sauce, it creates its own brand new flavor. So
No, don't get me wrong. This looks really smack. This right here looks really, really delicious. But keeping it kind of original with the maple syrup and butter kind of looks a little bit more appealing to me.
fork it, cut it. Maybe look at this with a chair behind you.
Also, you can't repeat this for 8 pieces. That's like, okay, now you're going to trip to the hospital.
You'll be out of breath once you see that glistening bite. Now let's taste test these big boys and see if this is the French toast.
I like to stay with the original.
That is big French toast. Oh. So, traditional. Is there a point of making this big? I don't know. Oh, my knife just like falls through. Ah! What the hell is happening? Yes, I'll share. Wow, this is really what French toast is supposed to be. Anyone who's cooked a steak will understand this. A thin steak is not good. It gets overcooked. You want it thick so it gets medium rare. Now, I'm not saying this is medium rare, but I am saying the thickness is what helps keep the French toast from getting overcooked. It's not a stiff piece of bread. It is airy custard on the inside, and the outside's crispy and beautiful. It's luscious, it's rich. I feel like this is
That's what I think I would really like about his French toast. And then this whole recipe with it being like the whole airy and custard, how you explained it on the inside, definitely that softness.
French toast meant to be. All right, fancy one.
But it's weird because when my grandma made it, it's kind of like that too. It's just a thin piece of soft custard. I don't know.
This is the moist maker. Good Lord. We took a breakfast item and basically elevated it to a high-tiered dessert.
Literally elevated it because it's a thicker bread. Okay.
Regardless of your choice, you know what to do. But you want to know what else knows what to do? B-roll.
All I need is shots of the French toast, but nah, this is cool. Oh, bro. That is cameraman. Bro, that French toast does seem so good, bro. Oh, it's making me want to eat some right now. Why send me this video? Y'all are evil. I don't wake up this early and record and eat and anything, and I just have my tea. Look at that. It says mean mugging, but you guys are gonna clown me for the broken handle, so I'm not gonna show it all the way. Actually, I already told you it's broken, but mean mugging got my little tea bag in there. If you're wondering what tea I'm drinking, wormwood tea, good for intestinal parasites and things like that, or just, clearing them out. If you didn't know, we all have them, candida and stuff like that. But yeah, good for clearing out the system. Drinking tea, got some like honey right here. I don't even know why. I just do some honey in it. Anyways, but other than that, shout out to Joshua again. Thank you for sending me the video, you guys and gals. Much love in Moonlight, as it is. And I will see you in the next one.